Stop selling for revenue, start selling for signal. If you're an early stage founder doing sales right now, I'm going to show you exactly what's holding you back. Because the problem is almost never what you think it is. Guys, it's not your pitch. It's not your pricing. It's not that you need a better closer. I've sold over $100 million in high ticket sales. I've hired over 1,000 salespeople. I've built and scaled sales teams from the ground up. And the number one mistake I see founders make every single time is treating early sales like a revenue problem when it's actually a learning problem. See, you get out there, you close a deal, you feel good, you keep going. But if that deal required custom features, a price you'll never repeat, and 6 months of back and forth, you didn't win. You bought yourself an expensive lesson and called it traction. The founders who build real sales engines do something different from the start. They use early sales to collect signal, not cash. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the exact system for how to do that. These are the 5 things you've got to do before you hire anybody, automate anything, or try to scale. If you're 6 to 18 months in and sales feel chaotic, this is the video for you. Hey, let's go. Let's get into it. Guys, first of all, if you can't explain the value that your product, your goods, your services have in one sentence, you don't have a sales engine. If you're on a call and you find yourself explaining your product for more than 90 seconds before the other person gets it, that's not a sales problem. That's a packaging problem. And packaging problems don't get fixed on calls. They get fixed before calls. You see, the test is simple. Can you complete the sentence without hesitating? We help blank specific type of person eliminate blank specific pain so they can achieve blank your specific outcome. Not a category, not a vision, a sentence. Here's the difference in practice. AI workflow platform tells a prospect nothing. We help commercial brokers cut lead research from 7 hours to 20 minutes. Tells them everything they need to decide if they care. If you can't say the second version, you're not ready to scale anything. And this is the exact thing an experienced sales operator picks up on immediately. Within the first few minutes of a conversation, it's obvious whether a founder has a proven offer with a clear value ladder or whether they're still running on an idea they think will work. One is ready to grow, one needs more time in the discovery phase. Now, here's where founders make the next mistake. They realize their messaging is unclear, so they automate outreach, hoping volume will compensate. Hey, it won't. Automation scales whatever already exists. So if you're right now, you're already getting 0 or not enough, you're just changing that by 0 and you're not getting enough. If the positioning is weak, you are now scaling rejection. You're just pouring more money into more people saying, I don't want your stuff, and burning your domain reputation in the process. The rule is manual until resonance, automation only after signal. Use AI tools for segmentation, follow-up, research, summarization, never for discovery messaging, not until the sentence above produces consistent, repeatable replies. 10 precise, hand-edited messages to the right person will outperform 200 generic emails every time. Guys, that's not opinion. That's how outbound math works when attention is scarce and buyers are allergic to feeling like a lead. Your sales bottleneck isn't skill, it's insight, capture. Let's address something directly. Most founders are not good at sales. Be honest with yourself. That's not an insult, it's just the reality. Sales is a skill set that takes years of real repetitions to develop. The mistake isn't being bad at it. The mistake is using that as the reason to hand it off before you've learned what you need to learn. Bringing in a rep before the offer is proven, guys, that doesn't solve your problem. It just adds a layer of friction between you, feedback, and your customers. Reps are trained to close. That's their job. But closing and learning are not the same thing. And right now, you need learning more than you need closed deals. Here's what that looks like in practice. Record every call. Every week, pull out 3 things. The top objections you heard, what triggered genuine interest, and how people reacted to price. Do that for 8 weeks. By the end, patterns are going to merge that you can't see from inside individual conversations. One founder that I was working with, and with everything that I've done and with all the people that I've trained and the money that I've made, guys, we have people that we work with that has documented patterns for everything. And when something breaks in the pipeline, she can diagnose exact point of failure literally within minutes, hours, not days or weeks. And instead of just grinding through and hoping that I'm going to keep pouring more good money into bad results. Guys, stop chasing big contracts before repeatability. There's a version of winning in early stage sales that will destroy your company quietly. And it looks like this. Guys, you go out there and you land that enterprise contract. It's awesome. It's exciting. It's big. It's numbers. Everybody's proud. Then you spend the next 8 months building custom features for one client, running a security review cycle that was never in your timeline, reshaping your roadmap and someone else's internal politics. And at the end of it, you still don't know if anyone else wants what you just built. At $500,000 contract that consumes 8 months proves one thing. One organization was willing to buy it. $5,000 contracts validate that you've got a repeatable offer. See, Russell was frustrated with the quality of his coaching clients. They weren't getting the results. The support burden wasn't worth it. So what he did is he's like, I'm just going to double the prices. And he thought that I'm going to double the prices. I'm going to lose half the clients, but my revenue will stay the same. The lesson isn't charge more here, because what happened was all of a sudden, yes, our close rates dropped a little bit by like 2%. But then what happened is, because we doubled our prices, we got better clients. We got repeatability. We knew and understood that we could continue to do this time and time over and over again. Guys, don't hire a sales team. Build a sales system first. When founders decide to scale sales, the first instinct is to hire. It's understandable. Sales feels like a people problem. More people, more sales, right? That just seems logical. Guys, that's not how it works. What a sales hire actually does is amplify whatever system currently exists. So if I go out and I hire a sales system and I have no system, a salesperson has no system, this is going to amplify no sales system. If I've got a crappy sales system, it's just going to amplify a bad sales system. We want to make sure that you've got a sales system that is repeatable, and that's why get 5, 10 sales, you know you can do it and you can continually do it. It's so important, so critical that you do that. And once you do that, that you have a repeatable process. So what you guys need to do next is you guys need to understand and realize now you have a different way of thinking about early stage sales. It's not a closing problem. It's not a head count. It's a signal problem. Look for the signals, the patterns. I always tell everybody, I never look at incidents. I always look at patterns with people, with business, with whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm looking for patterns. And sales at this stage is information gathering with revenue as a bonus, as a side effect. Your job is to find out what's repeatable, who buys, why they buy, what language resonates, what objections keep appearing, before you hand that system to anyone else or try to automate it. The sequence matters. Identify the signals, identify the patterns, capture, get the insights, and then make sure that it's repeatable and then scale. Guys, the next question worth thinking about is this. Once your system is working and you're ready to bring in outside help, how do you hire someone who can actually sell what you built without you having to hold their hand on every call? Because I'll tell you what, the biggest mistake that everybody makes is making the wrong hires. So guys, we're going to talk about that here in the next video. Go ahead and click follow my link, and we'll have hiring superstars on our next video. Thanks, guys.